Today I'd like to continue to talk with you about deliverance that comes truly from a God who is madly in love with us. We've looked at Leviticus chapter 26 verse 13, and I'd like to go back to that verse again. And I'd like to read in your hearing. It says, "I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, that you should not be their slaves. I have broken the bands of your yoke and made you walk upright." Think with me. Think about the moments, the hours, the days, the weeks that you have struggled under an oppressive and challenging and difficult circumstance. Think about the pain you have felt. Think about the frustration that has mounted. And look a little closer with me at this verse. The reality of this verse is that deliverance, as far as God is concerned, is an accomplished fact. You might not feel like you are delivered. You might not think you are delivered. You might even be seeing right now your enemy, your oppressor, your captor, seemingly gaining the upper hand. I want you to know that when Moses arrived in Egypt, the struggles of the Hebrew people was intensified. It seemed like the Pharaoh and his agents were emboldened by the presence of Moses, and they asked the question, who is this God that I should listen? Why should I release these individuals that have served us over the years? Well, I want you to know on a spiritual level, the devil is not going to let you loose that easily. When God gets ready to effect your deliverance, the devil will intensify his effort. In fact, he will use even well-meaning friends and family and even religious people to challenge you and to make you question the reality of your deliverance. But because deliverance, your deliverance and my deliverance in the mind of God is an accomplished fact, we need not doubt the reality of it, because God is not answerable to anyone but himself. There's no one mightier than he is. And so he provides deliverance in a very unique way. He says, not only will I deliver you, you will no longer be slaves. What is it that you have been enslaved to? Is there a habit in your life? Is there some area of weakness? In fact, Paul says in Hebrews, it says we ought to lay aside every weight, and the sin which does so easily beset us. You know that sin that has enslaved you over the years. That sin that you have said over and over, I'm not going to do that anymore. I am going to get the victory. I'm going to walk away from it. Paul says we're to lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, not to ourselves, not to our own strength, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. So, I have to believe in spite of what I see. I have to believe in spite of what I hear. I have to believe in spite of what I sense, that my deliverance is real. God says, I have come down to deliver. I have delivered you. Today, let's take it seriously. Let's understand that this deliverance that God is offering you is total deliverance. God is not only going to take you out of the very presence of your oppressors, but God is going to do something to your oppressor. God will drown your oppressor. On a spiritual level, ultimately, he's going to destroy the enemy, which is Satan, the one who is the accuser of the brethren. And so today, as you go out, I want you to go knowing that your deliverance is for real, that God's deliverance is a lasting deliverance, not only on a personal and physical level, but at the spiritual level as well. That sin that has beset you, God has delivered you from it. Go with that assurance today.